You know, I get very critical of halls of fame sometimes because due to politics or machinations or basically a lack of research, certain athletes or teams do not get inducted, and this person is such a case. In 2021, if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan who don't follow the Pro Football Hall of Fame sufficiently, you'd be shocked to know that he was only inducted this year. And you're saying to yourself, well, Drew Pearson was probably a top 5 wide receiver of the 1970s. What took so long? Well, we're going to go into this. I'm very glad that Drew Pearson is finally in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but I question exactly why he was held from induction for so many years. Now, the NFL Honors officially announced it Saturday night on international TV. But today we're not going to talk about the controversy, him not getting in, but the reasons why he's more than deserving. Now, Drew Pearson, born January 12, 1951, in South River, New Jersey, came to major prominence by playing college football for the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. Again, he was officially elected for induction in the senior category or the vintage category in 2021. Now, he got his start again with the Golden Hurricane, but at South River, he was one of the wide receivers of CFL and NFL mainstay Joe Theismann. As a junior, he succeeded Theismann as the starting quarterback. He also lettered in baseball and basketball, graduated in 1969. He accepted a football scholarship from the University of Tulsa and eventually started 4 games at quarterback as a sophomore for the Golden Hurricane. The next year was converted into a wide receiver with 22 receptions for 429 yards and 3 touchdowns. As a senior, he led a run-oriented offense with 33 receptions for 690 yards and 5 touchdowns. He finished his college career with 55 receptions for 1,119 yards, 8 touchdowns, and a 20.3 yard average per reception. Now, Pearson eventually received the University President's Award as the squad's best-spirited and most unselfish member. In '85, he was inducted into the Tulsa Athletics Hall of Fame. Now, he was never drafted by the Cowboys. He was undrafted free agent and made the team as a third-team wide receiver because of his special teams play. Now, as a rookie, he got a lucky break, no pun intended, as he replaced Otto Stowe after Stowe suffered a broken ankle in the 7th game of the season against the Eagles. And his backup, Mike Montgomery, would also fall to injury in the next game. That year, they appeared in 14 games for the Cowboys with 22 receptions for 388 yards and 2 touchdowns. In '74, Stowe asked to be traded, and Pearson became the full-time starter opposite the great Golden Richards. He led the team with 62 receptions and 1,087 yards, while also catching 2 touchdowns. He would keep leading the team in receiving until 1978, when Tony Hill took over the number 1 role at wide receiver. Now, in '79, he and Tony Hill, along with Tony Dorsett, helped the Cowboys become the first team in NFL history to have 2 1,000 yards wide receivers and a 1,000-yard running back when he recorded 55 receptions, 1,026 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Pearson and Hill also became the first wide receiver tandem in Cowboys history to record 1,000-yard receiving seasons in the same year. So this is what Pearson did with Dallas. He got them to the Super Bowl in '78, where they won over Denver. He got him to the Super Bowl in '79, where unfortunately, despite him making some key catches late in the game, Dallas lost 35-31, mostly because of Jackie Smith dropping the ball in the end zone. But what he's most well known for, of course, was Hail Mary. Now, what happened with Hail Mary, he was called upon to make several key catches late in the game after Dallas got the ball back. We're driving to go ahead of Minnesota in a key NFC playoff game. Pearson caught a high pass at the 50-yard line, was pushed out of bounds after Roger Staubach had a pinpoint pass. Now, 2 plays later, Pearson became open on what I call the TV right-hand side of the screen. Staubach made a pass, said a Hail Mary before he set it up, and despite possible offensive pass interference, Pearson caught the ball, walked in the end zone, and like I said, the rest is history. Now, in 1980, he also surpassed Bob Hayes' club mark in receptions and was selected by the Cowboys as their nominee for NFL Man of the Year. In the 81 NFC title game against the 49ers, Pearson also rendered the catch irrelevant when, in the waning moments of the game, he caught a long pass from Danny White that would have gone for a touchdown and won the game for the Cowboys. Had 49ers quarterback Eric Wright not made a one-handed horse collar tackle. I saw the play live, and Pearson was on his way to the end zone. Should have been a 15-yard penalty, but the rules were against it at the time. Now, he was just outside field goal range, but White fumbled on the next play, thus preserving victory for the 49ers and putting them in Super Bowl 16. Now, in 83, he passed Hayes as the franchise leader in the receiving yards. In March 84, unfortunately, Pearson's career came to an end when he fell asleep while driving his Dodge Daytona, causing a crash against a parked tractor trailer. Pearson sustained a career-ending liver injury in the accident, and his brother Kerry was unfortunately killed in the crash. Now, again, Pearson, 3 Super Bowl appearances, and a victory in Super Bowl 12 and 78 versus Denver. He also scored a touchdown in Super Bowl against Pittsburgh. Now, Pearson eventually became known as Mr. Clutch for his numerous clutch catches in game-winning situations. Again, especially Hail Mary, which stands up as one of the most infamous plays in NFL history. He also caught the game-sealing touchdown in a 73 playoff game against the LA Rams and the game-winning touchdown from reserve quarterback Clint Longley in the infamous 1974 Thanksgiving game against the Redskins when they made a major comeback to defeat their longtime rivals. Now, all 3 of these plays were named among the top 75 plays in NFL history by NFL Films in 94. Now, Pearson figured prominently in a 4-play on that list, throwing the final block to clear Tony Dossett's path to the end zone on his 99-yard touchdown run in 83, which is still the longest run from scrimmage in NFL history. Now, in addition to the 1980 playoff game in Atlanta, which eventually knocked off the Falcons, Pearson's clutch receptions helped with that game in a comeback by the Cowboys. Now, he rose to become one of the NFL's greatest wide receivers with a career record of 489 receptions and 7,822 receiving yards, along with 189 rushing yards, 155 yards returning kickoffs, and 50 touchdowns, including 48 receiving and 2 by fumble. Pearson was also named one of the top 20 Pro Football all-time wide receivers, as he was also recognized for his achievements by being named to the NFL's 1970s All-Decade team. Despite this fact, he's the only player from the team, as of last night, to be not inducted in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, including the only one for the offensive first-team category. Now, he was an All-Pro 3 times, 74, 76, and 77, All-NFC in 75, second-team All-NFC in 78. In addition, Pearson was a Pro Bowler in 74, 76, and 77. He was named the Football Digest Receiver of the Year in 77, and he led the NFC in pass receptions in 76 with 58. He was also the offensive captain for the Cowboys in 77, 78, 82, and 83. His career accomplishments left such a mark with the Cowboys that his number 88 jersey is reserved for the best talented wide receivers, as only Michael Irvin and Des Bryant have worn it since. In 84, he was named to the Cowboys' 25th anniversary team. In 2009, on the NFL Network show NFL Top 10, and the episode titled Greatest Dallas Cowboys, he is number 10 on the list. Now, in August 19, 2011, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones announced that Pearson had been selected for inclusion in the Dallas Cowboys Ring of Honor. Pearson, Charles Haley, and Larry Allen were inducted during that ceremony before a Cowboys-Seahawks game on November 6, 2011. Now, the Professional Football Research Association also named Pearson to the PFRA Hall of Very Good Class of 2010 because of his longtime dedication to the legacy of the Cowboys and the promotion of the NFL in regarding their history through NFL films. Now, he was named as a senior finalist for the Pro Football Hall of Fame in the class of 2020 as part of a centennial slate, 20 senior finalists. However, he just fell shy of getting inducted, and again, 2021 called. And since his retirement in '83, he has also worked as a sports broadcaster for CBS and HBO, and he previously hosted the Cowboys post-game show. Now, for 3 months in '86, he was also a weekend sports anchor at Ken's Channel 5 in San Antonio. He's also CEO of Drew Pearson Companies, a manufacturer of licensed headwear since '85. He also was head coach of Arena Football League's Dallas Texans during the '91 season, guiding the team to the 4-6 record. He was also the GM of the New Jersey Hitmen during the only season of the XFL. Midway through the season, he began attending games from the sideline and talking with announcers, something head coach Rusty Tillman refused to do. Now, he received the NFL Alumni Career Achievement Award in 2005 for his post-NFL career success. He also continues to take part in speaking engagements and appearances through his PPI marketing firm. Now, in August 2012, he also announced that he would host a new sports and lifestyle talk show titled The Drew Pearson Show with co-hosts Paul Safin, Christian Keith, and Michael Ness. The show is on Fox Sports Southwest. Now, he also does volunteer work for the Make-A-Wish Foundation and various other charities across North America. He's also done color commentary for the Allen Wranglers of the Indoor Football League, and he also served as the honorary chairman for the 2012 Silver Dollar Ball, which benefited the American Cancer Society. Now, his major claim to fame recently, of course, was the infamous April 28, 2017 announcement at the 2007 NHL Draft, which took place in Philadelphia. Amidst boos from the Eagles fans in attendance, and they were huge, he let out a dramatic speech and announced Chidobe Awuzie as the 60th pick for the Cowboys. So a pure cowboy from start to finish in his career. He has a million stories to tell, and if you ever ask him or meet him, ask him three things. Ask him about the Clint Longley story, where Clint jumped Roger Staubach. Also talked about the various legends of Hollywood Henderson, and of course the Hail Mary pass. If people believe that he was put out of bounds at the 50-yard line, he claims that he was in bounds, but you talk to some people on the sidelines saying his feet were not in, or he didn't have full control of the ball. But Drew Pearson, a gentleman through and through, a tremendous talent, a tremendous gift to the NFL, and as a Dallas fan, I can tell you, I shed a few tears last night knowing one of my heroes, I think the fifth best Cowboy of the 1970s, was finally in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Could Dallas have got to all those Super Bowls and won all those playoff games and had as much success without him? Of course not. For every Troy Aikman, you need a Michael Irvin. For every Montana, you need a Jerry Rice. And for every Roger Staubach, you need Drew Pearson. And I can imagine. A lot of people never heard about Drew Pearson, are now researching him. I hope you're using my podcast as part of it. I can tell you, he was smooth as chocolate, ladies and gentlemen. He made catches comparable to Lynn Swann, and that's the highest praise. There was only two players like Lynn Swann in the history of the NFL for ball handling. It was Walter Payton and Drew Pearson, in my personal opinion. So we'll leave it at that. So ladies and gentlemen, if you like what we're doing, give us a like, comment, or subscribe. If you like our Dallas Cowboy podcast, please let us know. There's some more archived here. And if I ever meet Drew Pearson, I'll ask him again about that Clint Longley, just to correct him. He said that Clint Longley disappeared, never seen again. I must tell you, he did show up in the CFL, Drew. And that's a story I have for you if we ever meet. By the way, I got my first autograph card of Drew Pearson 3 months ago in anticipation of this. So I'm kind of looking at that this afternoon with heavy pride as part of the Cowboys. America's team. Not just the States, but Canada as well. Have a good day. Bye.